Hey guys, so I've been thinking that maybe with all of the information I've been able to gather off the web, that maybe it's time that I start giving some back to the community. And I, any of you who know me personally or you've been watching my channel, you'll probably notice that a lot of the content has come up really quickly. The reason is because I, I had a situation early last year, mid halfway through the year in July, and I herniated a disc in my back, and I ended up having to go out for surgery. This was during the time that I was preparing to build a new workshop for my new LLC, and not just for building guitars and other woodworking, but also for building machines. And anyway, it set me back a great deal because for the longest time, even when I was out of work on FMLA, I couldn't even stand to sit at a desk for several weeks, you know. But anyway, as soon as I was able to start sitting, I decided that, hey, since now, I couldn't get out and do a lot of activities that I normally would do, that hey, it's time to sit down and do the desk work and get caught up with these things. And when I did, I started looking into Rhino. I already had Rhino 7. I bought a license for it, but I started working with Rhino, like actually getting familiar with it. And VCarve Pro is what I'm using for my cam software. And I also, it was slow getting my machine running, right? So I didn't do like other people. I work in controls engineering. That's what I do for a career. And so I knew that if I left the machine, the Onefinity machine mechanically is fairly robust. And I've heard people say things that I don't really think are too kosher, where negative things about Onefinity, and I don't get it because they do they do satisfy what they claim they do. It's a pretty robust little machine for a workshop machine. Is it a normal production, high volume production machine? Hell no. But then again, it also doesn't cost $20,000 to $35,000, right? So it's an excellent introductory machine, but there are things you need to do to it. Like even when you buy it, like for one, you need to replace the cables. You need to put energy chain in, also known as cat track. Put energy chain in and trays. You need to put high flex cable in. In my opinion, I went with a spindle, not with a router, but you need a spindle and a BFD. I also went with a liquid cooled spindle because of the industrial experience. I know what I'd be getting into if I didn't. So anyway, what I decided that I would do is, since I did start getting up to speed with this stuff, um, and some of the information I needed, I wasn't able to just freely find. And what I mean is, I found some good, wonderful tutorials on Rhinoceros 7, right? 5 through 7. Wonderful community for Rhino, right? I mean, and also for VCarve, there are some very good tutorials, and it's a good community too. Um, the problem is there aren't enough people doing videos to teach you the ins and outs from going from Rhino to VCarve to a Onefinity CNC. And I thought, well, that's something I can help with because I had to figure it out. And I did have some help, but most of it, to be honest, most of it I did just have to figure out. But um, what I was thinking is to start with, because I had this little scrap piece of wood laying around and I needed some more clamps because I'm about to start carving some more guitar bodies. And I started asking my wife, well, I really want to do some things for the community and put up some tutorials, even if it's simple things that maybe they're not too difficult. But if I can save somebody 2 or 3 days of time, and all it takes me is 30 to 40 minutes setting up my PC and doing a tutorial, I should, because I definitely have benefited from it greatly. Okay, greatly. I spend most of my time watching tutorials and educational videos and such on the internet, and I thought, well, there's no better way to show your appreciation for where you're getting your education than to help return to the pool. So anyway, with that being said, um, the first one, because I'm also new to OBS Studio, I just installed it today. Just got it configured. I actually just installed it about 30 minutes ago. It's the first time I used it. It's nice software, but I'm still not not good with it. I just started using it, and I thought, well, this would be a good way to do this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys how to take something like this and use VCarve Pro to make something like this. Okay, and I don't know if everyone, I'm sure not all people do this, but I use the T-track rails on my machine, and well, so that's what my clamps are based on, using a T-track stud. So anyway, if you want to make these, okay, and I'm looking to see, and if anybody wants to comment and post a comment and let me know, some free resources where where you can set up an account and upload for file share, and it's free to you if it's free to them. I would like to also throw some things up there because, like a lot of these things like this, um, if you have the same machine and you're using it like mine set up for the metric system, if you're using yours metric, you can take my G code, and as long as you know how I did it. If you know that I touched off on the workpiece and that zero or the 0 0 origin for my reference point is the center of your material. Like if you know that, then you could just mark your material, align it on your table, clamp it down, and throw my G code in, touch off on this, and just cut them, and not have to go through this. And in my opinion, that's the way the community should be supported. So other people have done it, so helped out. So I'd like to also. But anyway, so now let's jump into this, okay?